Um, well, looking back at last game, we did a lot of good things, and then we didn't embrace the physicality of what the Big Ten is all about, especially Michigan State. And Michigan State's not the only team that's going to try to obliterate you on the glass, and we got to learn from that because this league, more so than any league I've ever been a part of, it's got big, strong guys who are going to attack you, and you got to be able to finish the possession. And we were playing good defense, doing a lot of good things. Marcus getting in that fourth foul, I think zapped our energy a little bit. So we got to respond versus a really, really good Michigan team.
What do you need to do in Thursday, Sunday setups?
It's hard, and 9 o'clock game, right? We did the same thing last week with Purdue and Northwestern. We just walked through a lot of stuff yesterday. Did individuals with the guys who didn't play a lot. The guys who did play a lot shot free throws, and a lot of film. And then today we'll keep it short and crisp. Make sure they're fresh for tomorrow. 12 o'clock game is always a concern. So it needs to be energy going early in the building because it's no coach likes 12 o'clock starts.
When you look at the way that Juwan Howard started off the season, some people thought Michigan might be number one in the country, but lately they've lost some games, but they've been close. What have you noticed about his taking over for Beeline?
Well, I would always caution people to declare national champions in November and December for any team, not just Michigan, not just anybody. It's just that's the world that we're living in. It's just crazy. He's doing a great job. They've lost some games because they had a starter go down. That's got a lot to do with it. Isaiah Livers I think he was their leading scorer at the time. So injuries matter, and obviously. They're much better with him than without him, but they're still a really, really good team. Xavier Simpson's terrific. Teskey's really, really good. They got some nice pieces around him. I think Juwan's done a really good job of, when you take over a unique system like John Beilein's system, he's integrated a little bit of his own stuff as well as keep a little bit of what they used to do because those guys are comfortable in it. But they're really good across the board. They don't seem real different. And that's a compliment to Juwan. He's doing a really good job.
Did you guys have a relationship before this year? Did you know him at all?
No, I didn't know him much at all. I think he knows my dad a little bit from down in Miami, but I don't know. Got to know him a little bit media day. Impressive guy.
I think we talked to you maybe around the time Beeline left. You're like, glad he left. But what did you see as far as the transition for yourself? When you took over, kind of like obviously was a successful, pretty good coach in Tubby, but with your guys, when did you see that like your system change from the previous coach?
It's hard because for me, now I've been a head coach for 1 year at FIU, but I didn't go to the NCAA tournament. I was close, but I didn't do it. So you're trying to establish, your own rep that you can win. So my first year, obviously going to the NIT helped a little bit, but still not the NCAA tournament. That's what we're trying to get to, and it takes time. For me, I didn't feel like it was truly my program until year 4. And what people have got to understand with anybody, whoever takes over a job, if you didn't recruit them, it's a different deal. It just is, and it's not that those players won't play hard for you, but you're getting to know them on the fly, and it's very, very challenging. Where when you finally get a roster full of guys that you recruited, because you're laying out your vision for them, and in their homes and getting to know their families and building that trust. So that just takes time.
How have you seen kind of the need for a third option? Obviously, Marcus and Dan are probably at the top of the scouting report. How much are you trying to create third options? Peyton, Gabe, those guys.
Yeah, I think when obviously when Marcus and Daniel are good, that's a really good 1-2 punch. Then you need the consistency at the other spots, and when they're all clicking, it's pretty good. Gabe's does a lot of little things very, very well, but he's had some up and down shooting nights. Peyton's been hurt. You know, Alihan's starting to play better. But yeah, you know, it's very, very important that you get balance across the board. And if you do get that third option, it's always great to have that third option be a guy who can knock down shots. And when Peyton's healthy, and you got Peyton on one wing, you got, you know, Gabe on the other, it really, really stretches the defense.
I know there was a stretch where, you know, obviously Peyton was playing backup point, but then Brian went in there and then got banged up. But is that something that you want to see maybe a little bit, trying to get him some minutes at the point?
Well, you know, Peyton was looked really tired. You know, I mean, he was looked winded, so I was trying to juggle that in and out. You know, and then we put BJ in, and he gets whacked, and he's bleeding and everything. So it's just we had to figure it out a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it's you know, those young guys. I talk to them all the time. Like, they may not be playing, but that doesn't mean I'm not excited about them. And it's hard. You know, it's Isaiah and Sam and BJ aren't playing a lot. Doesn't make them selfish if they want to play. I mean, they're all competitors. I respect it, and I'm excited about all their potential. But this league is so hard. I mean, just top to bottom, it's brutal. And if you can have older guys in there as much as possible, it's very, very important. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to add some to the depth there, but you know, it's that just takes time.
I know you're really high on Isaiah. What does he need to do to?
You know, I talked to him yesterday about it. He's probably more of a 4 right now, but Michigan State's playing grown men who are jumping over us and throwing us out of the way. Like, the matchup, it just didn't fit as well. I think a little bit better this game, you know. So I always have to make the decision, do I slide Jarvis over to the 4 because of his physicality and play Dan and Jarvis together? And I think Alihan's really starting to provide some good things, so he needs to be in there as well. You know, and Alihan may not be as physical as Jarvis is, so, you know, you're just trying to figure it all out a little bit. But I'm really high on Isaiah's potential. I really am. It's just a matter of, with young guys, building confidence in me that I can trust them, you know, with consistency every single day. And just takes time.
I know there was that scare with Daniel and his elbow. He's pretty good.
I wasn't scared.
I was.
He's fine. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna. It's a battle in the Big Ten every night. You know, Teskey's a physical. Michigan's physical. I mean, are you impressed with the way that he plays 30-something plus minutes and he's banging against these guys and he continues?
Dan?
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot I'm impressed with, but we got to also understand there's some big guys getting career nights on us too.
Right.
So Dan's got to take some responsibility there too. And I love Dan, but you know, Haas had 50 points, right? Tillman had 40 rebounds. You know, he's got to take some pride in that as well. I mean, and he's doing great things. We wouldn't even be close in a lot of games if it wasn't for Daniel, but we got to start shutting down some of those big dudes as well, because they're getting the best of us.
Obviously, on the flip side, Michigan has given up some monster games.
Yeah.
I mean, the last game, 36 and 20 from Trevion Williams.
Yeah.
Is there anything that? I mean,
Well,
they're a defensive team too.
Yeah, I think that we've done a good job of putting an emphasis on getting the ball to Daniel, and I think everybody's believing in it. You know, I think where some teams, you know, I want my shots and this and that. Like, I think everybody recognizes how good Dan is when he gets the ball. Dan's getting better at posting up deeper, getting a little bit more physical. So yeah, he needs to get a touch. You know, and Williams was just kind of in his zone. Garza can do that to anybody as well. All right.
Thanks.
Yep.